Hello and welcome to today's training. We will be going over 50 PMP exam practice questions from the project work performance domain. Before we dive in, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Let's begin. Question 1. During the execution phase of a construction project, unexpected heavy rainfall delays the project by several days. As the project manager, what should be your first step to manage this situation? Immediately update the project schedule to reflect the delays. B. Notify all stakeholders about the delay and revise project timelines. C. Conduct an impact assessment to determine the effect on project scope, cost, and timeline. D. Request additional resources to make up for lost time. Correct answer C. Explanation. Conducting an impact assessment option C is the first step to understand the effect of the delay on the project scope, cost, and timeline. This information is crucial for making informed decisions and communicating effectively with stakeholders. Question 2. A project manager is overseeing a software development project and notices that a critical task is significantly behind schedule. What should the project manager do first to address this issue? A. Implement overtime work for the team to catch up. B. Escalate the issue to the project sponsor. C. Analyze the root cause of the delay and develop a recovery plan. D. Adjust the project scope to reduce workload. Correct answer C. Explanation. Analyzing the root cause of the delay and developing a recovery plan option C allows the project manager to understand why the task is behind and create a strategy to get back on track, preventing further delays. Question 3. In a project to develop a new product line, the project manager is responsible for ensuring that all team members are productive and collaborative. Which actions should the project manager take to maintain team performance? Select 2. Conduct regular team building activities. B. Provide individual performance bonuses. C. Hold weekly progress review meetings. D. Implement a strict hierarchical structure. Correct answers A, C. Explanation. Regular team building activities help to foster collaboration and morale. Weekly progress review meetings ensure that the team remains aligned on project goals and can address any issues promptly. Question 4. Fill in the blank. To ensure that the project deliverables meet the quality standards, the project manager should implement blank processes to monitor and measure project performance against the quality baseline. Correct answer, quality assurance. Explanation. Quality assurance processes are crucial for monitoring and measuring project performance to ensure that deliverables meet the established quality standards. Question 5. A project manager finds that the stakeholders are frequently requesting changes to the project scope. To manage these changes effectively, what process should be implemented? A change control process. B. Risk management process. C. Quality control process. D. Procurement management process. Correct answer A. Explanation. Implementing a change control process option allows the project manager to evaluate, approve, or reject changes systematically, ensuring that only necessary changes are made and that they do not adversely affect the project's objectives. Question 6. During a project to launch a new marketing campaign, the project manager identifies that the project is over budget. What should be the first step to address this issue? A. Request additional funding from the sponsor. B. Perform a cost variance analysis to identify the cause of the overrun. C. Reduce the scope of the campaign to save costs. D. Delay the project to reallocate resources more effectively. Correct answer B. Explanation. Performing a cost variance analysis option B helps to identify the cause of the budget overrun, allowing the project manager to address the root issue and take corrective actions to manage the budget effectively. Question 7. A project manager is overseeing the development of a new software product. Midway through the project, a critical external vendor goes out of business, impacting the project timeline. What is the project manager's best course of action to address this issue? Immediately find a new vendor and continue with the project. B. Perform a detailed impact analysis and update the project plan. C. Escalate the issue to the project sponsor and request additional resources. D. Pause the project until a new vendor is secured. Correct answer B. Explanation. Performing a detailed impact analysis and updating the project plan option B is the best course of action. This ensures that the project manager understands the full implications of the vendor's closure and can make informed decisions to mitigate the impact and adjust the project timeline and resources accordingly. Question 8. In the middle of a project, a key team member resigns unexpectedly. What immediate actions should the project manager take to mitigate the impact on the project? Select 2. Inform the project sponsor of the resignation. B. Reassign the tasks to other team members and adjust the project schedule. C. Initiate a recruitment process to find a replacement. D. Request an extension on project deadlines. Correct answers A, B. Explanation. Informing the project sponsor ensures transparency and may also garner support for finding a replacement. Reassigning tasks and adjusting the schedule helps to maintain project continuity and manage immediate impacts on project progress. Question 9. Fill in the blank. To keep the project team aligned with the project goals and ensure accountability, the project manager should utilize a blank to document and communicate roles and responsibilities. Correct answer, Responsibility Assignment Matrix RAM. Explanation. A responsibility assignment matrix RAM helps document and communicate roles and responsibilities, ensuring that all team members are aware of their tasks and accountability. Question 10. During the execution phase of a complex project, the project manager realizes that some project risks were not identified during the planning phase. What should be the first course of action? I ignore the risks since they were not identified earlier. B. Immediately update the risk register and develop response plans. C. Escalate the issue to the project sponsor for advice. D. Conduct a team meeting to brainstorm solutions. Correct answer B. Explanation. Updating the risk register and developing response plans option B ensures that newly identified risks are managed proactively, reducing their potential impact on the project. Question 11. During the execution of a global IT project, the project manager discovers that a key technology component is incompatible with several regional systems. What should the project manager do first to address this issue? A. Halt the project until a compatible component is found. B. Conduct a detailed impact analysis and explore alternative solutions. C. Notify the stakeholders about the incompatibility issue. D. Escalate the issue to the project sponsor and seek guidance. Correct answer B. Explanation. Conducting a detailed impact analysis and exploring alternative solutions option B is the best initial response. This allows the project manager to understand the extent of the problem and identify potential solutions without immediately disrupting the project. Question 12. A project manager is leading a construction project and finds out that the quality of materials delivered does not meet the project specifications. What actions should the project manager take? Select 2. A. Reject the materials and request replacements. B. Use the materials to avoid project delays. C. Perform a root cause analysis to understand why the materials were substandard. D. Notify the project sponsor of the issue. Correct answers A, C. Explanation. Rejecting the materials and requesting replacements ensures that the project adheres to quality standards. Performing a root cause analysis helps prevent future occurrences and ensures that the supplier meets the required standards. Question 13. Fill in the blank. To effectively manage and track changes to the project scope, the project manager should utilize a blank process to ensure all changes are documented and approved. Correct answer, change control. Explanation. A change control process ensures that all changes to the project scope are documented, evaluated, and approved, maintaining the project's integrity and alignment with its goals. Question 14. A project manager is executing a project with a diverse team spread across multiple countries. The team has experienced communication breakdowns and misunderstandings. What is the most effective strategy to improve communication? A. Increase the frequency of status meetings. B. Implement a centralized project management software with real-time updates. C. Assign a communication coordinator in each country. D. Standardize communication protocols and provide cross-cultural training. Correct answer D. Explanation. Standardizing communication protocols and providing cross-cultural training. Option D addresses the root cause of communication breakdowns by ensuring everyone follows the same guidelines and understands cultural differences, thereby improving overall communication. Question 15. During a project to develop a new mobile application, the project manager receives conflicting feedback from different stakeholders about the user interface design. What is the best approach to resolve these conflicts? A. Prioritize feedback from the most influential stakeholder. B. Implement the changes suggested by the majority of stakeholders. C. Facilitate a stakeholder workshop to gather input and reach a consensus. D. Ignore the feedback and proceed with the original design. Correct answer C. Explanation. Facilitating a stakeholder workshop. Option C allows all stakeholders to voice their opinions, discuss their concerns, and collaboratively reach a consensus, ensuring that the final design meets the needs of all parties involved. Question 16. In a project to implement a new enterprise resource planning system, the project manager needs to ensure data migration from the old system to the new one is accurate and seamless. Which steps should be included in the data migration plan? Select 2. A. Conduct data validation tests after migration. B. Migrate all data at once to minimize downtime. C. Develop a detailed data mapping document. D. Perform a cost-benefit analysis of the data migration process. Correct answers A, C. Explanation. Conducting data validation tests ensures that the data has been accurately transferred and is usable in the new system. Developing a detailed data mapping document helps in understanding how data from the old system corresponds to data in the new system, ensuring a smooth migration process. Question 17. A project manager is executing a project with significant external dependencies, such as third-party vendors and regulatory approvals. What is the most effective way to manage these dependencies? A. Develop contingency plans for each critical dependency. B. Assume all dependencies will be resolved as planned. C. Focus on internal project tasks and address dependencies later. D. Escalate dependency issues to the project sponsor immediately. Correct answer A. Explanation: developing contingency plans for each critical dependency option ensures that the project has predefined responses to potential issues, minimizing disruptions and keeping the project on track. Question 18. Fill in the blank. During the execution phase, a project manager must ensure that the project team is aligned with the project's goals and objectives by regularly conducting blank meetings to review progress and address any issues. Correct answer: status. Explanation: regular status meetings help keep the project team aligned with the project's goals and objectives by providing opportunities to review progress, discuss challenges, and make necessary adjustments. Question 19. A project to develop a new software application is falling behind schedule due to unforeseen technical challenges. What is the most effective action for the project manager to take? A. Extend the project deadline to accommodate the delays. B. Perform a root cause analysis and adjust the project plan accordingly. C. Increase the working hours of the project team. D. Scale down the project scope to meet the original deadline. Correct answer B. Explanation: performing a root cause analysis and adjusting the project plan accordingly. Option B helps identify the underlying issues causing the delays and allows the project manager to implement targeted solutions, improving the chances of project success. Question 20. In a project to upgrade the security infrastructure of a financial institution, the project manager needs to ensure that the project meets stringent regulatory requirements. Which actions should be taken to ensure compliance? Select 2. A. Conduct regular compliance audits throughout the project. B. Involve legal and regulatory experts in the project planning and execution. C. Focus on meeting internal security standards only. D. Implement security measures after the project completion. Correct answers A, B. Explanation: conducting regular compliance audits ensures that the project is continually aligned with regulatory requirements. Involving legal and regulatory experts ensures that the project team is aware of and adheres to all relevant regulations throughout the project lifecycle. Question 21. A project manager is leading a project to deploy a new IT system across multiple departments. Midway through the deployment, several departments report that their legacy systems are not integrating well with the new system. What should the project manager do first to address this issue? A. Halt the deployment and initiate a full system redesign. B. Conduct a detailed analysis to understand the integration issues and determine the necessary adjustments. C. Notify the project sponsor and request additional funding. D. Reassign team members to manually handle the integration. Correct answer B. Explanation: conducting a detailed analysis. Option B is the first step to understand the specific integration issues. This allows the project manager to determine the necessary adjustments and develop a plan to address the problems without immediately disrupting the entire deployment process. Question 22. During the execution of a marketing campaign project, the project manager realizes that the project is falling behind schedule due to multiple resource constraints. What actions should the project manager take to mitigate this issue? Select 2. A. Perform resource leveling to optimize resource allocation. B. Extend the project deadline to accommodate the delays. C. Reassign less critical tasks to non-critical team members. D. Conduct a stakeholder meeting to revise project priorities. Correct answers A, C. Explanation. Performing resource leveling helps to optimize resource allocation and reduce bottlenecks. Reassigning less critical tasks to non-critical team members allows key resources to focus on critical path tasks, helping to bring the project back on schedule. Question 23. Fill in the blank. To effectively track project progress and ensure alignment with project objectives, the project manager should use blank to provide a visual representation of the project's current status compared to the baseline plan. Correct answer, performance reports. Explanation. Performance reports provide a visual representation of the project's current status, including progress, performance metrics, and any variances from the baseline plan. These reports help the project manager and stakeholders stay informed and aligned with the project objectives. Question 24. A project manager is overseeing a critical infrastructure project and discovers that a key supplier is unable to deliver materials on time. What is the best approach to mitigate this risk and keep the project on track? A. Source materials from an alternative supplier immediately. B. Negotiate a new delivery schedule with the current supplier. C. Implement contingency plans that include alternative suppliers. D. Increase the project buffer time to accommodate delays. Correct answer, C. Explanation. Implementing contingency plans that include alternative suppliers option C ensures that the project can continue without significant delays. This proactive approach mitigates the risk of supplier-related disruptions by having predefined alternatives. Question 25. In a software development project, the project manager notices that the defect rate is higher than expected during the testing phase. What should the project manager do to address this issue effectively? And extend the testing phase to allow more time for defect resolution. B. Conduct a root cause analysis to identify the underlying reasons for the high defect rate. C. Increase the number of testers to expedite the testing process. D. Lower the quality standards to reduce the number of reported defects. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Conducting a root cause analysis option B helps to identify the underlying reasons for the high defect rate. Understanding the root causes allows the project manager to implement targeted improvements and prevent future defects. Question 26. During the execution phase of a project to launch a new product, the project manager receives conflicting requests from different stakeholders. What actions should the project manager take to resolve these conflicts? Select 2. A. Prioritize the request based on stakeholder influence. B. Facilitate a conflict resolution meeting with the stakeholders involved. C. Implement all requests to satisfy all stakeholders. D. Refer to the project scope and objectives to guide decision making. Correct answers B, D. Explanation. B. Facilitating a conflict resolution meeting allows stakeholders to discuss their concerns and reach a consensus. D. Referring to the project scope and objectives helps the project manager make decisions that align with the overall project goals and avoid scope creep. Question 27. A project manager is executing a project to build a new manufacturing facility. During a site visit, the project manager discovers that the construction quality does not meet the specified standards. What should the project manager do to address this issue? Stop construction immediately and perform a quality audit. B. Document the issue and continue construction to avoid delays. C. Notify the project sponsor and seek additional funding for corrections. D. Request the construction team to redo the work that does not meet the standards. Correct answer A. Explanation: stopping construction and performing a quality audit option that ensures that any deviations from the quality standards are identified and corrected before further work is done. This prevents potential future issues and ensures the project meets the required quality standards. Question 28. In the middle of a project to deploy a new customer relationship management CRM system, the project manager identifies several previously unnoticed risks. What steps should the project manager take to manage these risks? Select 2. Update the risk register with the new risks and their potential impacts. B. Ignore the risks since they were not identified during the planning phase. C. Develop and implement risk response plans for the newly identified risks. D. Escalate the risks to the project sponsor for decision making. Correct answers A, C. Explanation: updating the risk register ensures that all risks are documented and tracked throughout the project. Developing and implementing risk response plans helps to mitigate the potential impacts of the newly identified risks. Question 29. A project manager is executing a project with a tight deadline and limited resources. Midway through the project, a critical team member falls ill and is unable to work for several weeks. What should the project manager do to keep the project on track? Hire a temporary replacement with similar skills. B. Redistribute the workload among the remaining team members. C. Extend the project deadline to account for the absence. D. Request additional resources from the project sponsor. Correct answer. Explanation: hiring a temporary replacement with similar skills option, it ensures that the critical tasks can continue without significant delays, helping to keep the project on track despite the team member's absence. Question 30. Fill in the blank. To ensure that the project stays aligned with its cost baseline, the project manager should regularly perform blank to compare actual project spending with the planned budget. Correct answer: cost control. Explanation: regularly performing cost control helps the project manager compare actual spending with the planned budget, identify variances, and take corrective actions to keep the project aligned with its cost baseline. Question 31. A project manager is executing a high risk project in a remote location. Midway through the project, a natural disaster disrupts the supply chain, halting critical deliveries. What should the project manager do first to address this situation? Inform all stakeholders about the disruption and its potential impact. B. Activate the contingency plan for supply chain disruptions. C. Request additional resources to expedite alternative supply routes. D. Conduct an immediate risk reassessment and update the risk register. Correct answer B. Explanation: activating the contingency plan for supply chain disruptions option B ensures that predefined actions are taken promptly to mitigate the impact of the natural disaster, allowing the project to continue with minimal delays. Question 32. In a project to develop a new e-commerce platform, the project manager identifies that the user interface design is not meeting the stakeholders' expectations. What steps should the project manager take to address this issue? Select 2. Conduct a user interface design review meeting with stakeholders. B. Implement all stakeholder suggestions immediately. C. Perform a gap analysis to identify discrepancies between stakeholder expectations and the current design. D. Delay the project until a new design is approved by all stakeholders. Correct answers A, C. Explanation: Conducting a design review meeting with stakeholders allows for direct feedback and discussion, facilitating a collaborative approach to resolving the issue. Performing a gap analysis helps identify specific areas where the design falls short of expectations, guiding targeted improvements. Question 33. Fill in the blank. To ensure that project team members understand their roles and responsibilities, the project manager should develop a blank document that outlines each team member's duties and reporting relationships. Correct answer: Responsibility Assignment Matrix RAM. Explanation: A responsibility assignment matrix RAM is a tool that clearly defines the roles, responsibilities, and reporting relationships of project team members, ensuring everyone understands their duties and how they contribute to the project's success. Question 34. A project manager is leading a project to upgrade a city's public transportation system. Unexpected regulatory changes are introduced that could impact the project's scope and timeline. What should the project manager do first to manage this situation? A. Revise the project schedule to accommodate the regulatory changes. B. Perform an impact analysis to assess the effects of the regulatory changes on the project. C. Inform the project sponsor about the changes and seek guidance. D. Reallocate project resources to focus on compliance with the new regulations. Correct answer: B. Explanation: Performing an impact analysis. Option B allows the project manager to understand how the regulatory changes will affect the project's scope, timeline, and resources, enabling informed decision making and effective communication with stakeholders. Question 35. During the execution phase of a software development project, the project manager notices that the development team is consistently missing deadlines. What is the most effective action to take? A. Increase the team's working hours to meet deadlines. B. Conduct a root cause analysis to identify the reasons for the missed deadlines. C. Escalate the issue to the project sponsor for additional resources. D. Implement a stricter schedule and penalize team members for delays. Correct answer: B. Explanation: Conducting a root cause analysis. Option B helps to identify the underlying issues causing the missed deadlines. This information is essential for implementing corrective actions that address the root causes and improve the team's performance. Question 36. In the middle of a construction project, the project manager learns that a critical subcontractor has declared bankruptcy. What immediate actions should the project manager take? Select 2. A. Inform the project sponsor and key stakeholders about the subcontractor's bankruptcy. B. Halt the project until a new subcontractor is found. C. Identify and engage an alternative subcontractor to continue the work. D. Negotiate a temporary agreement with the subcontractor's creditors. Correct answers: A, C. Explanation: Informing the project sponsor and key stakeholders ensures transparency and allows for collaborative problem solving. Identifying and engaging an alternative subcontractor ensures that the project can continue with minimal disruption. Question 37. Fill in the blank. To manage the quality of deliverables and ensure they meet project requirements, the project manager should implement blank processes throughout the project lifecycle. Correct answer: Quality assurance. Explanation: Quality assurance processes are implemented throughout the project lifecycle to ensure that deliverables meet the defined quality standards and project requirements. Question 38. A project manager is executing a marketing project that relies heavily on social media platforms. Suddenly, one of the key social media platforms changes its algorithm, affecting the project's reach and engagement metrics. What should the project manager do first? Develop a new marketing strategy that adapts to the algorithm change. B. Continue with the current strategy and hope for the best. C. Pause the project until the impact of the algorithm change is fully understood. D. Conduct a risk assessment to evaluate the impact of the algorithm change on the project objectives. Correct answer D. Explanation: conducting a risk assessment, option D, allows the project manager to evaluate the impact of the algorithm change on the project's objectives, informing decisions on how to adapt the marketing strategy accordingly. Question 39. During the execution of a project to develop a new financial software application, the project manager discovers that the project is significantly over budget. What is the most effective immediate action to take? A. Request additional funding from the project sponsor. B. Perform a cost variance analysis to identify the causes of the budget overrun. C. Reduce the project scope to cut costs. D. Delay the project to reassess the budget. Correct answer B. Explanation: performing a cost variance analysis, option B, helps the project manager identify the causes of the budget overrun, allowing for targeted corrective actions to control costs and bring the project back on budget. Question 40. A project manager is overseeing a project to upgrade the infrastructure of a large organization. Midway through the project, a major cybersecurity threat is identified. What steps should the project manager take to address this threat? Select 2. Immediately inform the security team and stakeholders about the threat. B. Continue with the project as planned and address the threat after completion. C. Develop and implement a mitigation plan to address the cybersecurity threat. D. Escalate the issue to the project sponsor and request additional resources. Correct answers A, C. Explanation: informing the security team and stakeholders ensures that all relevant parties are aware of the threat and can take necessary actions. Developing and implementing a mitigation plan addresses the threat proactively, reducing the risk of a cybersecurity incident. Question 41. During the execution phase of a project to build a new manufacturing plant, the project manager learns that the local government has introduced new environmental regulations. What should the project manager do first to address this change? Immediately halt all construction activities. B. Conduct an impact analysis to determine how the new regulations will affect the project. C. Escalate the issue to the project sponsor and request additional funding. D. Modify the project plan to include the new regulations without informing stakeholders. Correct answer B. Explanation: conducting an impact analysis, option B, allows the project manager to understand the implications of the new environmental regulations on the project's scope, cost, timeline, and resources. This analysis is crucial for informed decision making and effective stakeholder communication. Question 42. A project manager is executing a project to implement a new customer relationship management CRM system. Midway through the project, it becomes clear that user adoption is lower than expected. What actions should the project manager take to improve user adoption? Select 2. Conduct additional training sessions for users. B. Extend the project timeline to allow more time for adoption. C. Implement a user feedback loop to address concerns and improve the system. D. Mandate the use of the CRM system through top-down directives. Correct answers A, C. Explanation. Conducting additional training sessions helps users become more familiar and comfortable with the new system, increasing adoption rates. Implementing a user feedback loop allows the project team to address user concerns and make necessary improvements, fostering a more user-friendly system. Question 43. Fill in the blank. To ensure that the project deliverables meet stakeholder expectations, the project manager should establish a blank process to verify that the deliverables align with the agreed upon requirements. Correct answer, validation. Explanation. A validation process is crucial for confirming that project deliverables meet stakeholder expectations and align with the agreed upon requirements, ensuring that the project outcomes are satisfactory. Question 44. A project manager is overseeing a project to upgrade the infrastructure of a healthcare organization. During the project manager realizes that the data migration plan does not comply with recent changes in data privacy regulations. What should the project manager do first? A. Halt the data migration process immediately. B. Revise the data migration plan to ensure compliance with the new regulations. C. Inform the project sponsor and seek additional resources. D. Continue with the current plan and address compliance issues later. Correct answer B. Explanation. Revising the data migration plan to ensure compliance with the new regulations option B is essential to avoid legal issues and ensure that the project adheres to the required data privacy standards. Question 45. A project manager is leading a project to develop a new product line for an international company. The project team encounters significant cultural differences that affect collaboration. What is the best approach to address these cultural challenges? A. Standardize all communication and work processes to a single culture's norms. B. Conduct cultural sensitivity training for the project team. C. Rotate team members to different cultural settings to increase exposure. D. Ignore cultural differences and focus on project tasks. Correct answer B. Explanation. Conducting cultural sensitivity training option B helps the project team understand and respect cultural differences, improving collaboration and communication within the team. Question 46. In a project to launch a new product, the project manager identifies that the market conditions have changed significantly since the project began. What steps should the project manager take to address this change? Select 2. Perform a market analysis to understand the new market conditions. B. Adjust the project scope to align with the new market conditions. C. Continue with the original project plan to avoid delays. D. Inform stakeholders about the changes in market conditions and seek their input. Correct answers A, B. Explanation. Performing a market analysis helps the project manager understand the new market conditions and their implications for the project. Adjusting the project scope ensures that the project remains relevant and competitive in the changed market environment. Question 47. During the execution phase of a project to develop a new software application, the project manager discovers that the project is at risk of missing its critical milestones. What is the most effective action to take to mitigate this risk? A. Increase the number of developers to speed up the work. B. Conduct a root cause analysis to identify the factors causing the delays. C. Extend the project deadline to provide more time for completion. D. Reduce the project scope to focus on critical features. Correct answer B. Explanation. Conducting a root cause analysis. Option B helps identify the underlying factors causing the delays, enabling the project manager to implement targeted corrective actions and mitigate the risk of missing critical milestones. Question 48. Fill in the blank. To effectively manage the performance and productivity of the project team, the project manager should implement blank processes to regularly monitor, assess, and provide feedback on team members' work. Correct answer: performance management. Explanation. Implementing performance management processes allows the project manager to regularly monitor, assess, and provide feedback on the team's work. This helps in identifying areas for improvement, recognizing achievements, and ensuring that the team remains productive and aligned with project goals. Question 49. A project manager is overseeing the construction of a new office building. Unexpectedly, a key subcontractor fails to deliver materials on time, causing delays. What should the project manager do first to address this issue? A. Penalize the subcontractor for the delay. B. Update the project schedule to reflect the delay. C. Identify and engage an alternative supplier to deliver the materials. D. Inform stakeholders about the delay and its potential impact. Correct answer: C. Explanation. Identifying and engaging an alternative supplier option. C ensures that the project can continue with minimal disruption by securing the necessary materials from another source. Question 50. In a project to deploy a new enterprise software system, the project manager realizes that the system does not integrate well with existing systems. What actions should the project manager take to address this issue? Select 2. A. Conduct an integration feasibility study. B. Delay the project until a solution is found. C. Engage technical experts to develop a custom integration solution. D. Inform the project sponsor and request additional funding for integration. Correct answers: A, C. Explanation. Conducting an integration feasibility study helps determine the best approach for integrating the new system with existing systems. Engaging technical experts ensures that a viable custom integration solution is developed, addressing the integration challenges effectively. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more helpful exam practice questions just like these.